What's up, y'all? It's DJ Drewski. It's the new movement. We got a special guest in the building. Two special guests, because we got Ace Burns in the building and Willow.
Hey.
Right? A lot of people... Do most musicians name their guitars? I'm curious.
I think so. I think we might all do it internally. I don't know for sure. You know, I'm only in my own head, but
right.
I hope they do.
Because there's some people that got like 13, 14 guitars, so it's kind of hard to remember every... Yeah, that's Willow. That's this. How many instruments do you... play and do you have
Yeah, so I only play one. I only play the guitar right now. I mean, I play the drums. I think every black man can play the drums or something. You
right.
Be boxing on the table or whatever. But instruments, I have a couple of instruments. My guitars, I have about 3. I have acoustic and 2 acoustic electric. All applause, all made by Carmen. Unfortunately, my first one got stolen. Yeah.
Who's stealing guitars? Like, who's out here stealing guitars, Ace Burns?
Honestly, my first culprit is the NYPD. I swear to God.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
It happened June 2020 when I was protesting outside the Barclays Center.
Got it.
I had walked away to help with a protest, and when I came back, the guitar was gone. There was nothing but police there. So, you know, I didn't find no reports on them, but it was in front of the Barclays Center. It's like 1,000 cops right behind where I was protesting.
All of a sudden, the guitar is gone.
The guitar's gone. This is after I made my statement on Fox News, so it was like, okay.
Oh, so you feel like they were ready?
I think so.
Out to get you?
I think so. I feel that way personally. I can't, you know, I'm not making no accusations, but that's my first guess.
What was the name of that guitar?
That was Bernice 1. That was
Bernice 1.
That was Bernice, yeah.
Listen, NYPD, if you have Bernice Cuomo before you get kicked out or whatever, you resign, let's try to get Bernice back.
Yo, Cuomo is some hot water right now.
Yeah. They want him out.
Bye. Bye, please.
Right. Ace Burns in the building. I know we were talking about the guitars and stuff, but let's talk about your career because you didn't start as an artist, right? You were an attorney. You did like entertainment lawyer.
Yeah.
You started your own label where you were like actually managing artists and building artists. Yeah. And then at what point did you say, I learned the business all around, I'm going to become an artist? And why?
So it didn't happen like I thought it was going to happen. It didn't happen like, you know, one day, you know, a label came to me and like, oh, you don't have to do this no more. We're going to do it. You know, that's how I thought it was going to happen. I thought I was going to get picked up by Sony or Warner Brothers or RCA or somebody. They're gonna be like, come on, we see you hustling, come make money with us.
Right.
It actually happened when I started water fasting. I started for water fasting. I started reading up on it. I started realizing what it did for my body, for my skin. I started fasting. I did an extended fast for 7 days. And on the 7th day, I came to the realization, this is 2019, that I was supposed to be a musician.
Wow. So for people that don't know, water fasting, for the 7 days, all you did was drink water.
Just water, 24 hours.
No, nothing. No, not even vitamins.
No, I did.
You couldn't take vitamins.
B12.
Okay.
I did take B12. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So vitamins and straight water.
Yeah.
That gotta be hard.
I lost 100 pounds.
You got me thirsty. Let me get my
Yeah, yo, that's all you need, man. As a human being, we don't realize how many pesticides, herbicides, how many things we put. Even on and I was vegan for a while.
Right.
Even on our vegetables, we put a lot of things aside. So when you water fast, you allow all those impurities to kind of leave your body. Autophagy kind of corrects you. Not to mention weight loss, and you get a sense of clarity.
Right.
You know, and that sense of clarity led me to realize, like, okay, you've been helping artists, you've been writing for artists, you've been moving things around. Like, why don't you do for you? Because as a manager, it's extremely selfless. You know, you just give and give. I had an artist, 3-time American Idol finalist, Travis Orlando. Shout out to Travis Orlando.
Shout out to Travis.
I still respect him. Spent $150,000 on his career out of my own pocket, and you know, nothing to show for it except for memories.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So coming back to 2019, 3 years, is it 3 years ago? Time flies, man.
Yeah.
So 3 years ago, so 2 years ago, I just sat down on the bank. I rollerblade out, and I was skating to Ocean Parkway. Sat down on the bench at Ocean Parkway, looking out, meditating, you know, fasting. And my mind said, you know how to rap. You've been rapping since you was 13. Why don't you try it? Why don't you make a record, make an album? And that was the beginning of me and coming into my artistry.
Nice. Well, you know, how does the family react now that they see you invest all this time, they see you invest all this money into other people, and, you know, and they're there riding with you, right? Because for people that don't know, you are a family man too at the end of the day. Wife, kids. You know, how do they react when now it's like Ace comes home and he's like, listen, I'm going to start doing my own music. And, you know, how was that reaction?
It was harsh, man. Well, I mean, let me not say it was harsh. You know, the first thing is that I was engaged. I was with a totally different woman at the time. So this is before wife and kids.
Right, right.
So I got married in March 2019. But the girl who I was engaged to before I became an artist, she saw me as a lawyer.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So she saw me as, you know, this corporate guy. And I think a lot of people kind of thought it was a phase. You know, they were just like, you'll grow out of it. Because
Right.
I do a lot of different things. Like, I'm also into diamonds. You know, I do diamond deals in Nigeria. You know, I do different type of real estate. So I have other business. So people are like, oh, it's just a phase for him. He's not gonna live this. You know, but I think when I pick up the guitar, people kind of realize this is not a game.
Oh, it's real.
It's real. Can I play something?
Please. Play us son. Ace Burns in the building. The new movement.
This one's
Oh, it's
called
real.
Everyone's a Criminal. Everyone's a criminal. I'm just catching criminals. Me say I'm a criminal. Better not say when you soon know. Everyone's a criminal. Drewski. I'm just catching criminals.
We catching them.
Me say I'm a criminal. Better not say when you soon know. Wasn't that before? Wasn't that before? Wasn't that before? Better not say it's
Oh yeah, in case you thought it was a phase, it's real. Ace Burns in the building.
That's my name, Israel. That's my government.
Israel. Oh, that's fine. It's cool. Now you were speaking of Nigeria. You said you do deals and diamonds, but a lot of your music, you know, you played me some videos, shot in Nigeria, recorded. You told me you know you have relationships with a big family from Nigeria. Can you speak more on that? Like, I don't know how in depth you could go.
No, I'm full book, man. You know, one of the things about getting arrested and having feds on you is like you got no secrets. So
right, open book.
Open book. You know, I'm happy to be open book. That's why I don't practice law anymore, right? Because I want to be able to be honest and be fruitful, not worried about how it's gonna affect the budget and client, client relations. So no, I started going back to Nigeria when I was about 29, 28, and you know immediately fell in love with it. You know, my father's Nigerian. He's actually a prince. So my grandfather's the chief of Esukatu. So you know whatever Nigerian prince, but a real Nigerian
there's
prince.
some history there.
But I didn't have any upbringing with it. My father and my mom were estranged, so I started going back when I got older in my adulthood after practicing law, having some money.
Got it.
And I just immediately got thrust into like the celebrity lifestyle in Nigeria. They saw me. Nigerians respect big guys, like, you know.
Of course,
you know, so I was always fat in America, but in Nigeria, I'm like, oh, Biggie.
Yeah.
So I started going out there, you know, got into gemstones and gemography, and just kind of learned the business in West Africa, learned different parts of, you know, buying and selling, taught myself, you know, started going to the diamond district, making connections there. So, you know, things got really good. Now, when it came to music, I hadn't really tapped into it until like 2019. And that's when I connected with Fela Kute's family. So when I went back, I always used to hang out at the shrine. And people from Lagos know, shout out to my shrine boys out there. Y'all know what a shrine is. It's basically just a huge open, huge warehouse-like music event space.
Right.
And we just go there and vibe like the whole night. No rules. Just, I mean, there's rules, but like.
Of course.
It's rules.
The rules is make music, have fun.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly. Vibe out, listen to live music. Fela used to perform there. His son, Sheon. Femi still performs there, so they kind of took me in. I got a chance to record with well, not really record, but play with Sheon and Baba Showboy, and just kind of learn the showbiz lifestyle through, and they started putting me on national TV, and then, you know, I kind of got around the way in Lagos, got cold.
And then you mentioned you haven't been back because you got arrested for like terrorism. How does that how does that happen?
So
first they steal your guitar, now they got you for terrorism. Like
right. That's exactly the order too. So no, I started protesting in 2020 when George Floyd got killed. You know, that impacted me. Like, I've always been an activist, but that really affected me. I went to Hunter College, studied political science there, but there's nothing like seeing that man murdered in front of my eyes. I immediately became active. I started going out protesting, and while I'm leading a large group of protesters, like 20,000 people in the streets, moving around. You know, this is all ad hoc. It's not like planned in the beginning. But at some point, you know, a lot of it descended into rioting. So I kind of fell back and I did my own individualized protests, and I
Got
decided
it.
to hold space, and I decided to hold space in front of the Barclays Center. You know what that big like
Right.
twig thing is, that
Mm-hmm.
wood thing? That's where I camped out, right at the base of that. So from June 3rd to June 6th, I was just out there every
24
day,
hours.
24 hours sleep
You
on the
not, you didn't
streets.
go home.
Didn't go home. That was a part of my protest, to hold space
Wow.
until something changed. And it was crazy because there was so many officers moving back and forth, and you see protests coming. So I would pray with different protesters. I would talk with them. I would talk with media, talk to anybody.
Of course.
So Fox News comes up to me, and I didn't really care. It was Jackie. She was, some blonde chick. She was like, "Hey, you want to talk about the protests?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." I was talking to everybody.
Right.
So she says, "When are the protests gonna end?" My specific statement was, "We shouldn't be asking when the protests are gonna end. We should be asking what policies we can enact to make people feel safe in their own environment." And then I
Which
said,
is the right answer.
Right. And I said some things after. I said after that, I said, "I'm the leader of this FTP. I'm one of the leaders of this FTP movement. It could stand for a lot of things." I said it could mean free to
I know
people.
what it stands for me, but
It could mean for the people, or it could mean fire to property. Now, when I said that, ears went up. I said, "I'm leading a demonstration from Barclays Center to City Hall, and that's the first stop. And we hope that de Blasio and Cuomo come out and talk to us." I said, "But if they don't come out and talk to us, the next stop is the Diamond District. And gasoline, thanks to Trump, is awfully cheap."
oh, okay. See, now you talking your ish. Now you getting them scared.
It wasn't designed to get them scared. It was political rhetoric. And I know that,
Which I understand.
Right. But I understand now, after being arrested and charged with 3 felonies and violating probation and this and this and that, that, you know what, words have a lot more power. You know what I'm saying? So I am more cautious about how I say things. But I never intended, I have diamonds on the Diamond District, so I never intended
of course.
to target those people. And I was hoping that people know, I celebrated my 30th birthday in Jerusalem. Like, I come from a lot of Jewish friends, have a long-lasting Jewish relationship. So it's just crazy that was the thing that kind of made people, their ears tinge, you know what I'm saying? But it worked, and I got a lot of people's attention, including the NYPD, and they locked my ass up. Excuse me.
Right. It worked, but then it also got you on a terrorist.
Right. So, the feds looking at me, I was on probation for something else, and that violated it. So that locked me down pretty hardcore. But I got one of the best lawyers. Shout out to Ken Belkin. If you need a criminal lawyer, Ken Belkin is your guy. That's like one of my best friends from college. From Hunter,
right. Okay. Shout out to Ken.
Yeah. Shout out to Ken, and he did his thing, and he actually got me a chance to see my family this past June. So I spent June in Lagos.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was great. And that's when I did my tour, doing radio interviews, doing TV interviews. And people like, "Oh, you got arrested for terrorism and you're still here? What the fuck?"
Right. And like, "Oh, God, what is he up to now? How'd he get in?"
Got a mixtape out, guys.
Right. But I think going through those experiences and living the type of life you do, that you're choosing to live, brings more substance when it comes to making music, right?
Absolutely.
Because a lot of people don't have, places to pull from, where you're all over. Like, you got, you can talk about a lot of stuff because it's part of your life at this point.
And I got a contingency of haters, like, between me and you. So the majority of the protesters that summer knew me from, speaking and leading marches. But they're like a sort of like a subculture of protesters that clicked up, and sort of they own click group, and they hate my ass.
Right.
Like, they hate me with a passion. I got people calling me an undercover cop, people calling me a woman abuser, like all kind of names. And I actually had to file a defamation of character lawsuit against 2 people.
Wow.
For calling me an undercover cop and one for calling me an abuser. Yeah. I get busy. With this legal stuff. So, but the hate is love. Even if,
of course.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I look at it like the more haters you have, that means the more you're doing, especially when your heart is in the right place.
Right.
So I got like I don't know, at least like 1,000 haters from the protest community. So.
Listen, as long as they're streaming and downloading the music, I think we could benefit from that, right? Shout out to the haters.
Shout out to the haters. You know what I'm saying? They say my name more than I do.
Because you got a mixtape out.
Yeah.
You said what?
Guilty until proven innocent.
12 records and a bonus, or 13 in a bonus?
Yeah, 12 in a bonus. Yep.
How'd you go about choosing the records for that project?
So I'm a big fan. Okay, so I'm an entertainment lawyer. We used to be entertainment lawyer. So let me put this on mute.
Right.
So one of the big things for me is like recycling content. That's like a extremely powerful tool I'm giving to artists I work with. And a lot of artists want to spit out 30, 40 mixtape, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
I want to make a hit record, and I want it to stick. Not to get rich, because I have a message to share. Something that I know is going to be worthy of the people's ears and attention. So I put records on here that I have worked with before. I put a folk album out. I put a little EP out, and then I wanted to put stuff out that I felt like was gonna leave people with something lasting.
Got you.
Yeah.
Now, you seem like a very interesting man. If people want to get in tune with not just the music but the whole lifestyle, what's the best way to like follow your movement and what you have going on?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's easy to get in touch with me. It's A to the C to the E to the B to the U to the RNS. That's Ace Burns, not the best, but teaching you how to go. You learn the rest. It's aceburns.com. That's the easy way to do it.
aceburns.com.
A is in apple, C is in cat, E is in Egypt, B is in Burns, like the name Burns, U is in ugly, R is in real, NS.com.
And for some reason, I feel like there might be a book coming.
There is a book
we
coming.
didn't even discuss this. I
That's
just
hilarious.
had this type of. I'm like, at this point, you know, you got a lot to talk about in the music, but I feel like there's a book coming.
There is a book coming now. It's crazy you said that. I haven't talked about that at all today to anybody.
So come on, Ace. I get it first. You know what I'm saying?
I'm in a bit of a competition with one of my friends. He's a coach from Brooklyn Rugby. I used to play rugby. And we've been talking about writing a fiction book. I have a novel. Everybody has a novel.
Right.
I don't feel like I've accomplished enough to actually put out a novel, but I do have a fiction book that I'm going to be putting out. It's about how Facebook is going to take over the world, how we're going to be voting through Facebook, how children, the UID will be in our brain, and they'll be telling the children what they're going to be as soon as they come out. So it's something interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know how fiction it is. It feels like it's getting there.
I mean, you know, between me and you, a lot of people are talking about voting through Facebook, so it's only a matter of time. So, yeah.
Listen, follow this guy. He got a lot going on. Did you want to leave us with a tune? Or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, leave us with a tune. The new movement. Ace Burns in the building.
Yo,
DJ
this
Drewski.
one is for all the people out there who didn't know that you too can be an asshole. It's called Total and Complete Dickhead.
I love it. Let's go. Ace Burns, the new movement. Live on the new movement. Shout to Willow the guitar. And he's taking me to Nigeria next.
I can be an asshole. Total and complete asshole. But you're a fucking dickhead.
Okay.
Total and complete dickhead. Yo, Drewski, I appreciate you. Ace Burns is the name. Ace Burns 2020 on Instagram. I'll catch up with y'all soon.
There it is. We out. The new movement. DJ Drewski.